Alright, the second thing that the people have a problem with is that they have a problem with the people in the secret being a creator or creating your environment. And they believe, oh, you've went too far and now you've went into the realm of what God is supposed to do. But listen, doesn't the scripture say in Genesis, doesn't it say that we are created in the image of God and in His likeness? This is Genesis 1:26. And let us make man in our image after our likeness. In other words, I am like God. I'm like God. I'm made in His image and in His likeness. I'm like God. See, this is what people got to understand. Now, if beavers beget beavers and elephants beget elephants, and God has children, what are His children? Then His children are essentially the same thing as God. We are the children of God. If God is a divine spiritual being, then I am a divine spiritual being. Alright, people got to understand, listen, if God is everywhere, a few Christians would argue with me that God is everywhere. Well, if God is everywhere, then God is in me. If God is in me, then part of me is God. If part of me is God, then part of me is all-knowing. Part of me is divine. Part of me is holy. Alright, that's part of me. It's just like my hand. This is alright, see my hand here? My thumb is part of my hand. My thumb is part of my hand. My thumb is not my hand, but it's part of my hand. Therefore, it must be equal in kind and quality with my hand. Just like I am equal in kind and in quality, not quantity, quality with God. I'm made of the same substance. I'm equal in kind and quality of God. The only thing that is different is one of degree. I am not the same quantity. I am not the God with a capital G. And that's what it says in the scriptures. If you read Psalms 82:6, it says, know ye not that ye are gods? Well, it has gods with the little g. Christ refers to the same thing in John, the 10th chapter. People were getting mad at him because he thought it not robbery to consider himself equal with God. See, Christ understood this, and that's why he could manifest the things that he could. He could manifest the healings. He could bring people back from the dead. And remember, Christ told us this. Christ said, greater things shall you do than what I have done. Now, if you look in the churches, what's really going on in the churches, very few of the so-called believers really have anything to really show for their great faith and their works that they have. We're supposed to be doing greater things than what Christ has done, but because we haven't contacted that part within us, that divine spark that's within us, we haven't been able to bring it to bear on the problems that we have. See, we need to be able to take a page out of some of the Eastern philosophies. We think that, oh, meditation and the occult, you can't do that because that's Satanism, and don't clear your mind because that's when Satan's going to get in there. Some of y'all got to grow up and mature in your belief systems. Alright, that's the second thing. Christ said this. He said, know ye not that your body is the temple of God? Everybody wants to go to the king. He said, know ye not that your body is the temple is where the presence of God, the Spirit of God would come and communicate with mankind. The presence of God, the glory of God would come in the form of a cloud in the temple, and that's where mankind and God would meet. Well, everything in there is written for us to understand something. Our body's a temple. We are supposed to internally have a contact with God. God is never to be contacted outside. God is not out there somewhere. God is in us. He says the kingdom of heaven is within you. Don't say lo here or lo there. He said the kingdom of heaven is within you. Alright? Everybody wants to wait and die and then go to heaven afterwards. That's not what it's talking about. We're here for a reason. We're supposed to enjoy the time that we have on this earth. Alright, that's the second thing that I wanted to mention about the secret.